Have you ever stood on the scales and thought, how is this even possible? You're eating healthier than you did 10 years ago. You're watching your portions. You're trying to make sensible choices. Maybe you've cut back on snacks, reduced sugar, started walking more, or gone back to salads and lighter meals. And still, the scale creeps up. Your waist feels thicker, your clothes feel tighter, and that weight around your middle seems to have a mind of its own. If you're a woman over 45 and this is happening to you, I want you to hear this clearly. You are not imagining it. And it does not automatically mean that you're being lazy, undisciplined, or doing everything wrong. In many cases, the problem is this: your body has changed, but your strategy hasn't. And in this video, I'm going to explain why you can be eating healthily, perimenopause, menopause, and still be gaining weight. And more importantly, what works. I talk to women all the time who are smart, capable, busy, successful women who are used to solving problems. They run households, they manage careers, they care for families, they show up for everyone else. And then suddenly their own body just starts to feel like a problem they can't solve. That is so incredibly frustrating. And I hear you and I feel you, I know. And that's because for years, you may have known what worked for you. Maybe you cut back for a week and the weight would shift. Maybe more walking made a difference. Maybe skipping dessert or tightening up your meals worked before. Then midlife hits. Whoosh! Perimenopause starts. Menopause arrives. Sleep changes. Stress hits differently. Cravings become louder, and oh my God, the energy drops and your body doesn't respond the way it used to. This is not a failure, ladies, of your character. It is a change in your body. The difficulty is that most women are still being given old advice for a new body. Eat less, move more, try harder, be more disciplined. But after menopause, that advice is often incomplete. And sometimes it actually is making things worse, because if your hormones, insulin sensitivity, stress response, muscle mass, sleep, and metabolism all change, then simply eating less is not, my friends, a complete strategy. You do not need more punishment. You need a smarter plan. I understand this personally, not just professionally. I spent years as a lawyer. I know what it is like to carry responsibility, long work hours, raise a family, and still try to look after your health somewhere in the middle of all that. I'm also a mother of 7. So believe me, I understand what it means to have a full life, a full schedule, and very little space for unrealistic health advice. And I also know what it feels like when your body starts changing and the old rules stop working. For many women, midlife feels like the rug is just pulled out underneath them. You are doing so many of the same things. You're eating many of the same foods. You may even be trying harder than ever, but the results are worse. That can make you feel like your body has betrayed you. But I don't believe your body has betrayed you. I believe your body is asking simply for a different strategy. That's a phrase I want you to remember throughout this video. Your body has changed. Your strategy didn't. So let's talk about what actually changed. So the first major reason you may be gaining weight after menopause, even when you're eating healthily, is insulin resistance. Now, I don't want you to be put off just because of that phrase, okay? I'm going to explain it simply to you. Insulin is a hormone that helps move sugar from your bloodstream and your cells where it can be used for energy. When your body is sensitive to insulin, this process works so beautifully, so well. But as estrogen declines through perimenopause and menopause, many women become less sensitive to insulin. That means your body has to work harder to manage blood sugar level. You've not done anything differently. So what does that actually mean for you? It means that the same breakfast that used to keep you stable may now leave you hungry, tired, or craving sugar 2 hours later. It means that foods that are technically healthy may not work the same way in your body anymore. Whole grain toast, a big bowl of oatmeal, fruit on its own, a low fat cereal, a salad with protein, very little protein. These are not bad foods per se, but if they are not balanced properly, they can spike blood sugar levels, increase insulin, and make fat loss so much harder, especially ladies around the belly. This is why so many women say, but I'm eating healthily. And I believe them because I've been there. The issue is not always the quality of the food. Sometimes it is the hormonal response to the food. This is a very different conversation because if your body is more insulin resistant, you don't simply need fewer calories. You need better blood sugar control. That usually means more protein, more fiber, smarter carbohydrates, healthy fats, and better meal timing. Not, my friend, starvation. Not, my friend, panic dieting. And not, my friend, cutting everything out. You need a smarter structure. That is all. So the second reason is cortisol. Cortisol is your stress hormone. So in midlife, this becomes a really, really big deal. And I know this so personally. If you're a woman with a demanding job, a busy home, family responsibilities, even aging parents, financial pressure, poor sleep, or years of putting yourself last, your body may be spending a lot of time in stress mode. And the body does not burn fat well when it thinks it's under threat. High cortisol can increase belly fat storage, and it also increases cravings. It disrupts sleep, and it can break down your muscles, and it can make you feel wired and exhausted all the time. That's why the old just push harder approach can backfire. If you slash calories, do punishing workouts, drink coffee just to survive in the afternoon, sleep badly, and then blame yourself for not being disciplined enough, your body may interpret that as stress. More stress equals, my friend, guess what? More cortisol. More cortisol means more belly fat storage, and you can see you're stuck in this cycle. And then you feel even more frustrated. This is a cycle many women get trapped in. They think, oh, I need to be stricter. I need to do all the things right. But what their body actually needs is, I need to be steadier. I need to feel safer. I need more protein, more strength. I need more sleep support. I need more balanced meals. My gosh, I need more recovery, and I need more gentle consistency, not punishment. The answer is not to do nothing, but it's also not to attack your body. It's to work with your body. This is where midlife weight loss becomes very different from younger weight loss. Okay. Okay, so the next root cause, number 3, is muscle loss. This is one of the most overlooked parts of menopause weight gain. After 40, and especially after menopause, women naturally begin to lose muscle unless they actively work to maintain it. And muscle is not just about looking toned. Muscle is a metabolic tissue. It helps you use your body to use glucose. It supports insulin sensitivity. It helps you burn more energy and rest. It protects your bones. It supports your posture, your strength, your confidence, and your long-term independence. So when muscle goes down, your metabolism becomes less forgiving. This is why a woman can say, I'm eating the same as I did, and that may be true, but you're still suffering the consequences of it. But if she has less muscle than she did 10 or 15 years ago, her body may not be able to handle the same food in the same way that it did before. This is why cardio alone is usually not enough. Walking is wonderful. Cardio has benefit. Movement matters. But if you're trying to change your body after menopause, strength training becomes essential. I mean essential, ladies. Not because you need to become a gym person. I have never been in a gym and I do weight training, okay? Just to let you know. But because it's about using your body, strengthening your muscles, using weight as a way to trigger the beautiful muscle that keeps the strength, that uses the glucose and keeps you metabolically active. This is why I often say after menopause, strength training is not optional if you want long-term body change. It is one of the most power tools you have in your toolkit. Okay, so let's go on to solutions that actually work. So what do? Let's make this practical. There are 3 major shifts I will start with. Shift 1, prioritize protein. I know that's like lauded around everywhere at the moment, but it is true. Protein matters enormously after menopause. It helps you stay full. It stabilizes the blood sugar level. It supports your muscle. And my God, it supports your cravings. So it reduces them and even can get rid of them. It helps your body repair and recover. It is your fuel, ladies. All right. I want you to love your protein. Many women are eating far less protein than they think. A little bit of yogurt here, a few nuts there, a salad for lunch with a bit of fish or a chicken, but not enough protein consistently across the day. A useful starting point is to aim for protein at every meal. For many women, that might mean around 25 to 30 grams per meal, depending on your body goals and your health needs. So we don't need to be overwhelmed by this. It could simply be, some eggs with Greek yogurt, some chicken or salmon with vegetables, lentils or beans combined thoughtfully, some cottage cheese, some tofu, some turkey, some fish, and even maybe a good quality protein smoothie if that works for you. The point, darlings, is it's not about perfection. It's about consistency. Protein is not just a diet tool. In midlife, it's a metabolic support tool. Okay, so the next shift I want you to take on board is to stop fearing carbs, but how to change them and how you're using them for your body. I'm not here to tell every woman to go keto. All right. Some women do well with lower carbs, some do not. Some need more moderate approach. It depends on the person. But almost every woman after menopause benefits from understanding blood sugar level. And that means you need to know how to eat your carbs. Okay. So for example, a bowl of oatmeal on its own can spike you, but have it with something, with some protein and some fiber. And it's a different looking thing on your body, right? So you could take oatmeal with Greek yogurt, chia seeds, and like I said, nuts. An apple on its own may leave you hungry, but an apple with nut butter alongside a protein-rich meal will be much steadier for your blood glucose, okay? So again, toast. Who doesn't love some toast, all right? Toast on its own is going to spike you and your glucose is going to crash. But toast with eggs or avocado and a protein, it works for you. So the question becomes less, can I have carbs, to more, well, how do I build meals that I enjoy and that keep my blood sugar levels stable? That is a much more empowering question, because this isn't about deprivation. It's about adding to what you're already doing. Because once your blood sugar is steadier, cravings often reduce. Energy improves, afternoon crashes lessen, and fat loss becomes less of a battle. And I can personally tell you that's absolutely true because it's happened for me. Okay, even with all my 7 children. Okay, so shift number 3, strength training over punishing cardio. This is one many women want to resist at first, okay, because they think weight loss means burning calories. So they do more cardio, more classes, even more walking, more sweating, more pushing. All right. But after menopause, the goal is not just to burn calories today. The goal is to build a body that handles food, stress, and energy better tomorrow. And that means, ladies, muscle. And no, you're not going to get all crazy muscly overnight. All right. It just doesn't happen. So don't be scared of it. Strength training 2 or 3 times a week can change the way your body works. It improves insulin sensitivity. It helps preserve and build muscle. It supports your metabolism. It changes your shape. It's like Spanx, natural Spanx for your body. And it often gives women something they have not felt in years, a sense of strength in their own body again. And no, like I told you, I'm going to reiterate this, you will not suddenly become bulky. That fear keeps far too many of us away from the best possible tools available to us. And you don't need to start dramatically, all right? You can start with just some simple body weight movements. Squats to a chair, some wall push-ups, some resistance bands, light dumbbells. You only need to do short sessions. The key is progressive strength, a little more challenge over time. This is how your body gets the message to change, but not feel fear and like drop into cortisol level of stress again. If this is resonating with you and you're thinking, this makes total sense, Louise, but I don't know how to put it together for my body and my life, that's exactly where coaching comes in. Inside my midlife vitality blueprint, we don't just look at calories, we look at energy, your cravings, your sleep, your stress, your hormones, oh my God, your work schedule, your food patterns, your strength, and your real life. Because women midlife do not need another generic plan. They need a plan that fits the body they have now and the life they are actually living. If you would like help building that kind of plan, there's a link in the description to book a free midlife strategy call with me. Seriously, no pressure, just a conversation about where you are, why it's not working, and what your best next steps could look like. So here's what I want you to take away from this video. If you are gaining weight after menopause, even while eating healthier, it doesn't mean you're broken, darlings. It does not. It does not mean that you have failed. It does not mean you should give up. I promise you, I'm a testament to that. I went through literally hell and back, and I am a better version of myself than I've ever been. It simply means your body is operating under a different set of conditions now. Estrogen change, insulin sensitivity change, stress response change, muscle mass change, and sleep may well have changed as well. And recovery, I'm sorry, it just takes longer to recover from everything in your life. But that doesn't mean it needs to be bad. We just need the plan to change, all right? Because your body has changed. And as I said before, and how I want you to remember, your strategy didn't. But once your strategy catches up, things can start to make sense again, and it can be very quick. You can lose weight after menopause, you can reduce belly fat, you can feel stronger, you can have steadier energy, you can start feeling like food is controlling you and you're battling with it. But the answer is not usually another crash diet. That's not what you need to do. It's not another round of punishment, darlings. It really isn't. It's a calmer, smarter, more consistent approach built around protein, blood sugar levels, strength, sleep, stress, and your real life. That's how sustainable change happens. Not overnight, not through panic, but through a plan your body can actually feel safe to respond to. If this video helps you, please subscribe. I post weekly videos on menopause, weight loss, midlife energy, cravings, sleep, hormones, and feeling like yourself again in this stage of life. Because girls, I want you to feel like I'm feeling energy, confidence, and the best I've ever felt. Because something about midlife, you become free. And I would love to hear from you in the comments down below. What has been the most frustrating part of your weight gain after 40 or after menopause? Is it the belly fat, the cravings, the scale not moving, for crying out loud, the fact that eating healthy no longer seems to work? Tell me below. I read every comment, and your questions help me create videos that actually support you. And if you'd like help building a personalized plan, a link again, as I said, is down below. Book it. Midlife Vitality Strategy Call is in the description. And darlings, I'll see you in the next video. Until then,